What's going on, y'all? That boy Gam back in the building, tapping in with y'all one more time, man. Today, I just wanted to get on here and share a video that I found that was talking about DJ Pooh, but he was known more as Red from Friday, from the movie Friday with Ice Cube, Chris Tucker, the original first Friday movie. Red, this guy on the left here, the one that Debo snatched his chain, the chain his grandmama gave him, ran off into the car with the black eye. They talking about he gonna cry in the car. That's what most people know this guy from. Is Red off the movie Friday. But what I wanna share is the fact that this guy, DJ Pooh, known as Red, was a real legend out here, man. He was a real legend, pioneer. He was a real respected, important guy. And it was just fascinating to me that he played such a, funny character, allowed himself to be clowned a little bit. Like, you know what I'm saying? He was in that movie. He had the role of somebody who just got punked by Debo. He took his chain, he ran off. He was like a clown a little bit in the movie. Everybody was laughing at him. But in reality, he, right alongside with Ice Cube, was one of the masterminds of the whole movie franchise, Friday franchise, and other movies that we all know and love, but maybe didn't even know that he was a part of. Not only that, he played a big part in resurrecting ROCKSTAR Games, man. ROCKSTAR Games, the one that brung GTA, the creators of GTA. So you know how heavy that is. You know how important that is. So I'm gonna go ahead and play the video. I'm not gonna start from the very beginning because he also was a member of the Crips street gang in Los Angeles. But that's not what I'm about to focus on. The beginning of this video was talking more about his childhood and how he was raised and grew up in that culture. But I'm not going to start there. But just let you know that that was a part of his story. This is starting after they explained his childhood. So we'll go up and get into it.
Luckily for us, DJ Pooh has shared some of these experiences through music and film, notably in the movie Friday, directed by F. Gary Gary and written by the rapper Ice Cube and DJ Pooh. Ice Cube portrayed the character.
So it was written by Ice Cube and DJ Pooh. They wrote Friday together. So anybody that, we looking at him like Red on Friday, he got his chain took. Him and Ice Cube wrote the movie Friday together.
Craig Jones, an unemployed slacker living in the gang-infested ghettos of LA. While DJ Pooh played the character named Red, a laid-back piehead often bullied by a local thug named Debo, who stole his grandmama's chain. And it turns out that was really his grandmama's chain. But the character Debo is apparently based off one of the major Crips in LA, Big U from the Rolling 60s, Big Sam from the 111 Neighborhood Crips, and Big Mo from the Watergate Crips. And given that
See, that's crazy too that they based it off of real people in the neighborhood. Let me see if I can turn the volume up a little bit. But yeah, they also, that's another thing a lot of people probably didn't know, that they based Debo's character off of real people.
Mo is from the area, he's probably the real life Debo, especially since he has a background of being active and intimidating everyone and everything until he gets what he wants.
You better sub down that central, little bitch.
Allegedly, even the part where Smokey smokes Angel Dust, leading to him freaking out in a pigeon coop, is based on a real-life event in the neighborhood, where a man got high on PCP, stripped off all his clothes, and then ran down the street naked, ending up in the neighbor's pigeon coop. which that information came from a crip YouTuber in LA named Dream Foreign. But if you want to see through the eyes of DJ Pooh, I recommend revisiting all the Friday movies. Even early on in his career, DJ Pooh was known for taking the dangerous hood elements and turning them into something positive, working with anyone for an ear for gangster rap. He was responsible for shaping the sound of West Coast music in the early 80s, with Uncle Jam's Army.
Say he was responsible for shaping the sound of West Coast music, man. Who would know that Red from Friday did all of that?
His motto was, think big, live big. And him having this mindset led to him selling out shows with thousands of people. Everyone wanted to work with DJ Pooh, but his transition from DJ to producer came when he met Dr. Dre at a local record store, where Dre put together mixtapes. And through Dre, he was introduced to the future president of Death Row Records, which sent him to New York, where he presented his music to Russell Simmons and Def Jam Records, showing up with just a cassette tape and the same beat machine used by Dr. Dre. This not only landed him a record deal, but also a membership in a group called the LA Posse, producing for the likes of LL Cool J, Tupac Shakur, Snoop Dogg, and many more. Using this to his advantage, in 1997, he released his own solo project, Bad News Travels Fast. But unfortunately, he would eventually lose passion for the craft and chose to take a step back, mainly due to the East Coast versus West Coast beef that was happening. This feud started in the mid-1990s, with many people saying that Tim Dog was the one that kicked it off. Tim Dog released a mixtape dissing the whole West Coast, instigating the beef between the two coastlines, and would even diss the Bloods and Crips of LA, basically saying that color banging was stupid and pointless. His agenda to push the beef was fueled by his own failing career, choosing to diss those who were blowing up at the time, such as NWA, telling Cali rappers to come to New York and see who gets robbed. This statement kept the beef alive, because even after Tim Dog's career, the feud continued. DJ Pooh would even recall being in New York for a video shoot for the Dog Pound's hit song, New York, New York, which many New Yorkers took as a diss song, though that was never the true intention of the song. But during the video shoot, someone noticed him. A man would walk up, pulling out a firing several shots at the crowd. Luckily, DJ Pooh and the Dog Pound got out safely, and no one was hit. But one of the most known beefs in this coast-to-coast war was between two New Yorkers, Tupac Shakur and Biggie Smalls. I won't go into detail, but we all know how that ended. Unlike Tupac and Biggie, in 1990, DJ Pooh stepped back and took another approach to hip-hop. In the music video for Ice Cube's Who Was the Mac, DJ Pooh chose to play 3 characters, taking his first shot at acting and comedy. Ice Cube loved it so much that the two would even team up and produce movies together, which is how we got movies like Friday, The Wash, and other hood classics. But fast forward to the early 2000s.
So he did The Wash too. I was just watching that movie again not that long ago. That movie was funny too, man. People forget about that one.
DJ Pooh would take a shot at gaming. Now a millionaire with far more connections, he would approach ROCKSTAR Games, landing himself multiple roles from a radio host to the co-writer of Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
7 years ago, ROCKSTAR Games.
So he was a co-writer for Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. They say he was one of the radio personalities, like, you know, when you playing GTA, they always got the radio stations where it's an actual host talking. He was one of the hosts, but he also was a co-writer for the actual game.
Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
You know, he's been involved in a lot of hip hop. I mean, he's the one who got Rockstar to do the Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
But Pooh's always like
I mean, DJ Pooh, he's like one of those undercover geniuses that
my whole career is based off of what DJ Pooh did.
Eventually evolving into his partnership with GTA 5, in which he would actually be featured and seen in the game. DJ Pooh was known for being funny and real. He wasn't scared to speak his mind or put people on. which is exactly what he did for many rappers and voice actors we love and know today. Rockstar was struggling to find actors to portray gang members, so DJ Pooh had the genius idea to switch it up a bit. Instead of hiring actors to portray gang members, he would hire gang members to portray actors. This is how many people like Young Melee and Solo landed their gigs, developing into the most iconic characters we know today, Carl Johnson and Franklin Clinton. Even down to the gangs within Grand Theft Auto, they were based on real-life gangs that exist today within the landscape of LA. DJ Pooh made sure to make this game super relatable to the urban youth, making hip-hop a primary focus within San Andreas, which is one of the reasons it became so big. Because during the early 2000s, hip-hop was one of the most streamed genres within the music realm. But finally, the hood had something to relate to and escape through. There is no telling where Rockstar would have been without DJ Pooh. Maybe they would have ended up like Saints Row, becoming corny and unrealistic, but one thing for sure is that DJ Pooh saved Rockstar Games and changed the gaming world completely. For early access,
So
Los
they
Angeles...
they feel like DJ Pooh helped to save Rockstar Games as a whole. They said he was heavily involved in the GTA 5 also, not just San Andreas. But this just to show you, man, that there's a lot of different ways that you can take your career. He started off one way, then he evolved to another thing, then evolved to another thing, where it's like he keep it going. He keeping his career alive, but it's even behind the scenes more than a lot of people want to be seen. They want everybody to know exactly every little thing they did. But man, I can't be the only one who didn't know that this guy did so many big things. A lot of people only know him as Red from Friday, man. The dude who Debo took his chain and he ran off to go cry in the car. That's what people know. A lot of people only know him as that. But man, he played a big part in the whole culture, man. On the West Coast for sure. The whole in the gaming culture. Because GTA, I gotta say, that's probably my all-time favorite game. You know, Vice City, San Andreas, all those games. Probably one of my favorite games. Definitely top 3, I would say. But I ain't gonna hold y'all too long, man. Y'all can go check out this channel. It's LS Central. Is where the makers of this video. So y'all can go ahead and subscribe to them. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Gam TV. Till next time, y'all, Gam tapping out.